Hey y'all, it's Amber.
And Heather.
We're back with some funny stories
We are
today.
so back.
We are so back. And I want to tell you, in the last episode, I said we needed to drop the labels. So stop trying to label yourself. However, I am going to talk about a label that we see a lot in the people that we work with. And this, I believe this is my fault. For some reason, I attract type A individuals. And just in case you haven't figured this out,
Raising my hand.
I am not a type A person.
She is not a
not
type
at all.
A. No.
So our type A people, they want to be in control.
Yes.
Everything must be perfect.
Yes.
You cannot throw them a curveball.
No.
All right. Everything has to be organized, and it's got to be on time and on schedule and all of these things, right?
There's nothing wrong with that.
There is not. Okay. There's not.
You.
There's a lot wrong, Heather. No. So I bring them in, and then I totally rock their world with my craziness.
Upside down and sideways. She does it.
Because, that's not real life, all right?
No,
it's not
it is
always
not.
going to go that way. So, Heather, what do you have to say, Miss Type A yourself?
So I'm very type A, but it's very funny because I too have, type A people in my class, and we use a product called a BOSU balance trainer. And one side is flat. If you do not know what one is, one side is flat, hard plastic. The other side is the dome. And a lot of people refer to it the dome of doom, or like exercising on a pot of Jell-O, so it's very unstable. And you get those people who are very structured on top of something that is very unstructured. All hell breaks loose sometimes. But it's a really good product because it helps us work on our core and our stability. And as we age, that is something that we tend to ignore. And in fact, in class this morning, we were talking about the fact that that's one thing that a lot of my clients were realizing that they did not focus on.
Yeah.
We want to work out, we want to eat good, but you got to work on your core and balance. And at the Training Toole, we do that all the time, whether you realize it or not. Most of the time they don't, until they start working and they're like, oh, this, my balance sucks. I don't have a strong core. So you put those type A people on top of something that is instability without that good core control, and they're all over the place. A lot of times, now I tell you, I have not lost anybody. I have not had anybody face plant.
Nope.
I have not had anybody break a hip, break a knee, or break an ankle or anything. But sometimes, if you're because we do some seated exercises on it, we do some standing, we do some kneeling. It provides instability in all three places. But sometimes they will fall back and their feet will be up in the air, and I'll just see this movement that doesn't quite fit the room out of my peripheral, and I'll be like, what you doing over there? And they're just like turtled back with their feet up. So it's very funny to watch, to take people, because typically when they walk through the door, they are leaving their structure behind and putting their life in our hands to help build structure. And it is funny because we are two totally different people when it comes to class structure.
Yes, we are.
So I am very linear, and I keep my things, and it's funny. So I'm very, I like everything planned out. I have it all mapped. We all do the time circuit or something, but it is going to be exact and to the point as it can be,
Yes.
But it's very structured. They all know everything is going to be here. And then
And then Amber comes in.
Amber comes in, and she's not quite all of that,
Nope. I like to do all the things
Yes,
all at
all
once.
the things all at once.
So when you see, we program our workouts, and when you see Heather's workouts written on the board, they are very short and concise.
Yes.
And mine take up like half
50
the board.
50 words,
I use a
25
lot of
million
words.
exercises, and you're going to have to count some of them.
Yes, there's always I always have something
Yes.
going on, but it is funny. And it's hilarious how the majority of people who, a lot of the same people come to my classes,
Yes.
and a lot of the same people go to Heather's classes. And every now and again we get a mix.
Yes.
They'll mix into our
Yes.
classes, or one of us has
Well,
to sub
sub.
for the
Yes.
other one. And I'm just going to tell y'all, I get very offended when I walk in the room and it's, I'm going to say Heather's people in quotation marks, because I see their faces and I'm like, why are you looking like that?
There's a little disgust,
They
a little concern.
like they don't want me there. And I'm going, hey, where do you think this all came from? You better like me whether you want to or not.
They love you.
It is quite funny.
It is funny.
And then I leave, and then Heather comes back, and they're like, "Oh,
I fix
thank
it all,
God
and I
you're
get
back."
it all back into place.
Yes.
But let me interject. There was a funny. So I did. Now I will push my people out of their comfort zone. And so Mondays and Fridays we do circuit work. Monday, I call it Monday Mayhem, and Follow Your Friend Friday. Okay, so Monday Mayhem, I had them doing exercises, but typically we go in like a circle, so they know that they're going to go either clockwise or counterclockwise. I had all the exercises on the board. We still had our same time frame of rest and work and that sort of stuff, but I didn't have it arranged where everybody could flow in like a little group, right? So I had the exercises like 3 here, 3 here, and 2 here. And they just immediately shut down. They're like, that's not going to work. And I'm like, it will work. There's plenty of equipment for everybody. You just may not be able to go in order on the board. You just have to keep track of your exercise and then make sure that you get it done. But it doesn't have to be in this order. And it was just like I had just pulled the plug out and made them exercise in the dark without no clothes on. They didn't know what to do. But it was so funny because later one of the ladies who was very type A and very structured, just like me, I would have probably behaved the same way. You know, she comes in the next day and she's like, you know what? She's like, you threw me for a loop that morning, but that made me more aware for the rest of the day. Yeah. She's like, I don't know if that's what your intention. Of course, I'm never going to admit to anything. But, you know, that she's like, she realized that just little disruption, you know, so you keep these people on their toes, even the type A people. We need that.
Yes.
But we ain't going to like it.
No, you're not going to like it. But absolutely need it. And that was good. That's good for brain health also. Yes. And yes, not only did her people complain to her, but then I ran into one of the students somewhere else, and don't think that she wasn't telling me what happened that day. That was true mayhem for them. It was very upsetting for your people that you did not have them go in order.
I know. I would probably have been upset too, but I would have done it, and I would have come to the same conclusion at the end that it's not, but we don't have to like it beforehand or the process, but we'll admit, you know, when we get on the other side,
that it was good for you. Yes. There you go. You've had to do that a lot, right? Well, the type A people, let's go back. So with the BOSU, one of the things, the balance trainer, we always hold people's hands whenever they first start with us, because it's a little scary if you've never been on that thing. Yes. And all of a sudden you're like, okay, this is moving and I don't know how to make it stop, and your legs are shaking, right? And your feet start cramping up. So I am definitely someone who tries to, in the beginning, I might coddle people a little bit. All right, it's my personality.
Not a coddler.
No, Heather's not the coddler, but I am, and I worry about people's safety. So there was this one year that we had. I think it was the year that was when I got kicked out from Jervy for boot camp. And luckily, someone who ran one of the local gyms was kind enough to let me finish out my boot camp in their Group X room.
Oh, nice.
So they had some plyometric boxes in there. So if you don't know what a plyometric box is, it's basically like this little box. It looks like a step, a lot of them. Now they're making them where they're kind of padded.
Yes,
you know, and it's an actual box. Yes. Sometimes they're wood, sometimes they're metal. Well, they had metal at this place. So one of my ladies, who is athletic, said, "What do you do with that?" So I went over and I showed, because I can do box jumps, all right? So I showed her that. She goes, "I want to do it." I said, "Absolutely, come over." Now, here I am. I'm trying to get to her. Yes. She gets over to the box before I can get to her, because I was going to hold her hand and like coach her through it. She runs over there, jumps up on the plyometric box, misses it, splits her leg open, starts bleeding everywhere. I am dying on the inside, right? Because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she got hurt. I know, she's broken. And of course she's kind of embarrassed,
Right?
but which obviously it's like, don't be embarrassed because it's just us. But I was so worried because of that. And she is type A, and also she's one of those people, she's like a bull in a china shop, buddy. She was going to do it or die. And I'm like, if you would have let me coach you through that, you would have not done that, you know, but her brain got ahead of her. So, yeah, so you type A people, you need us. You need to come see us.
We do. I need you. Yes.
Yes, Heather, you need me. Yes. Okay? Just remember that.
I will. Forever and ever.
I'm teasing. But absolutely, yeah, that's good. And when you look at personality types, that there are certain things that you have to do with workouts with your different personality types. Now in class it's a little bit harder, right? But with personal
kinds of personality
and you have to target all of them somehow in a class, which we do really well because we know our people really well,
and they help each other.
They really do.
So that is another good thing about our class situation is we've got some type A. Now I find this as well. Sometimes the type A. So remember how Amber told you how I started and I put down my TRX to go help somebody else before I really knew what I was doing, right? So I've got some clients in class that will kind of do that as well. So they will, and so the Follow Your Friend Friday. So typically what I'll do is whoever gets there first, I show them the exercises, and then they'll take the group around. So I'm still in the room and I'm helping the Zoom people get through, but I'm also watching it and listening. So it's like a 3-ring circus happening. But it's fun because they like being together and their peers helping them and showing them, you know, okay, this is how you can do this exercise. And sometimes I'll be like, what are you doing? Would you not have your eyes open when I was expressing or telling you how to do this and stuff? So it's fun that you can, you know, to build camaraderie and you find like-minded people, but then you also find people who are opposites. Yes. And it helps to build you up and help you be a better person.
It really does. Yeah. And learning how to cooperate and participate with other people who aren't like you. You know,
yes.
And that's okay.
It is.
We can all come together and get along as long as we're working out. That's what it is.
Yes.
We have to have the physical activity.
Yes, and a physical activity.
Yes, absolutely. But it is interesting. And this is, again, a personality type, but it also can be just, you know, how your brain works as well. Some people are really good, and I have clients who are really good about this. Yes. They remember the workout. So I take them through it, and they know what's next.
Yes.
But then you have some people that their brain doesn't function like that. So they're like, wait, what do I do here? Yes. I don't even remember, you know.
And I'll be like, I just showed you 5 seconds ago.
but that's not, it didn't
it's not how they process.
Yep. That is a very interesting thing.
It is.
It's also interesting to watch people and their learning styles, where some people I can do the exercise and they can watch it and they can mimic and do it. And then some people need to do it themselves. They're more kinesthetic learners. Yes. And then you have other people who hear what you say and they can perform what you've said. It's just really...
And it's exactly why now this is me, I always do 4 rounds. And the first round is discovering the exercise in the circuit. And then you've got 3 more rounds to master it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it does take till round 4, you know, but sometimes by round 2 or 3, you know, typically we say round 3 is the golden round.
Yes.
But we're not going to stop here because we can do more. So we go to 4, you know, so it's, so people learn, and you always got to give them, you know, space to be able to figure it out, to make mistakes. I mean, because, you know, we all, even I get up there and be a biggest goofball when it comes to exercises and stuff. So
yes, and mistakes aren't necessarily bad. No, you've got to have a little failure in there to be able to figure out how to make it right the next time.
Yes, or a better way, you know? Yeah, because again, everybody's different. So maybe not everybody can do the exercise just like that. Or they have, you know, something that they need to, a progression for, a regression for. So
an option. That's something. We offer a lot of options.
Yes.
And that's, you know, as people go through life, just you have injuries or you have things that happen, and there's, you know, Heather has a shoulder thing. I had knee surgery, so I've got little things I have to switch up and change.
Not to mention just getting old.
I know, just getting older. Hey, listen, I'm not old. Speak for yourself, woman. We are aging
We
gracefully.
are aging gracefully. That's right.
Yes, wonderfully. And we're helping other people do that too.
Yes, we are.
Thank goodness.
Yes.
We're trying to help our type A people relax a little bit.
We need to relax.
So that they don't have so many wrinkles.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Concerned lines is what it is.
This is true, for sure.
Roadmap of history is what is on my face.
Roadmap of happiness.
Yes,
there you go.
There we go.
So if you're a type A person, guess what? We can handle you.
We can handle you. And if you're not, that's okay because we got you too.
Yes, you can come be in my camp.
That's right.
If you're a little ADHD and crazy and you're just
willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly.
Yes.
I am a little willy-nilly, but that's
Sometimes.
okay.
That's all right. That's what you got me for.
I have you and my other people who keep me straight and organized. And I do say that. I'm very thankful for my people who are like that because they help me in areas where I am weak.
Yes.
And you should always surround yourself with people
Right.
who are strong in areas where you are not strong.
Right. And people, if you're overbearing, have somebody to help pull you back in and go, it's okay.
Relax yourself, woman.
Yes.
Are you saying you're overbearing, Heather?
Sometimes I
Okay.
can be. I
Just
will
a
admit
little.
this to the whole world. I can't hide it. Some things you just can't hide.
But I can be controlling too.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of my personality as
Yes.
well, is that I want everything perfect and I want
Right.
to. So even though I'm not type A, that sounds like I am. It's
Yes.
not. I would just want everything. When it comes
She has
to
the precursors for it.
Yes.
She just got a bunch of the willy-nilly to keep her from being full-on type A.
maybe it's because I'm Aquarius. I don't know. Could be that.
Oh.
You know, we're a little out there sometimes. Well, thanks for joining us today. If you are type A or not type A,
That's right.
and you need a tribe,
Right.
come
join
check us
our
out.
tribe.
Yeah, we'd love to have you. And we'll see you on the next episode.
All right. Like and subscribe.